In this video, I'm going to be discussing a tiny $20 million market cap company that just joined a $3 billion 10-year Navy contract. Keep in mind, this stock is only trading at $2.50. It did not even really react to this news, as the market has been very slow today and especially yesterday as well. And I actually added shares myself because I think the market should have reacted more to, this $3 billion contract for this tiny penny stock. This, a $20 million market cap, and they actually did $106 million in revenue for 2023 and actually have $51 million in total assets, which, just that alone shows they're undervalued based off their fundamentals. They actually have revenue numbers and a lot of military contracts, and this is one you have to see. And make sure you like the video if you are enjoying this content, and watch until the very end, until the very last minute, because I'm going to be showing you a stock, an OTC stock that has no possible room for dilution. And this is the biggest concern for OTC plays, and there's no dilution possible as of right now because the entire authorized shares are completely maxed out. And this is a tiny $70 million company that just had a huge acquisition today that alone is expected to drive their revenues to $100 million. They've had a lot of acquisitions recently. One of them was actually the execution of a sugar contract that was valued at $620 million, and this stock is trading at 1 cent. Guys, you have to watch this entire video so do not miss this very important play. So as of right now, there's no room for dilution, and they've been busting out PRs left and right, for the past few months. They just had another recent contract, and the total value of the contract is $182 million worth of revenues. And like I said, this one is trading at 1 cent. So you have to watch every single minute of this video so do not miss this vital play that I'm about to talk about. First off, we have to talk about ticker WYY, Wide Point Corporation, trading at $2.54. Now a $20 million market cap company, and it looks like the float is only sitting at 7 million shares, and they had that giant PR today. They actually, Wide Point was selected by the U.S. Navy for the 10-year $2.7 billion contract. Keep in mind, they have a tiny $20 million market cap and just joined, and they will be part of this $3 billion contract by the Navy. Ticker WYY is the innovative enterprise security and mobile technology provider. They announced that the U.S. Navy has included the company in the 4th iteration of the wireless and telecommunications service vehicle, which is called Spiral 4. So Wide Point, along with 6 other companies, including the U.S. big 3 wireless carriers, which I believe would be Verizon, AT&T, etc. They're awarded a position on a 10-year $2.7 billion Spiral 4 contract to provide full range of wireless and telecommunications services to the military personnel and federal civilian employees stationed within the country and U.S. territories. So the U.S. Department of Defense announced the firm fixed price IDIQ contract has a 1-year base period valued at approximately $267 million. Then they have 9 1-year option periods that would run through May 2034 if all options are exercised. So the CEO of Wide Point says they're honored to be included in this award group as an agnostic provider of managed mobility services, MMS, to the U.S. federal government. Wide Point is uniquely poised to deliver on this new IDIQ contract. We look forward to each opportunity to provide wireless and telecommunications services to the U.S. Navy personnel and civilian team members. So guys, this is very big to be a part of a $3 billion government contract. And additionally, the CEO says that they remain focused on continuing to execute their sales and marketing strategy and what is shaping to be a very strong year for their organization. So they're saying it's shaping up to be a very strong year for their organization. And guys, something to look at with this company, looking at their financials on their balance sheet, they actually have $7 million cash on hand according to the end of 2023. Total assets are $51.3 million compared to $36.6 million in total liabilities, which isn't the best, but is actually looking, it's actually a pretty good balance sheet liability to asset ratio. And something you have to see is they actually did $106 million in revenue for 2023, and they only lost $4 million. So margins do need some work, but they do have this giant contract, and they did have $7 million cash on hand as of the end of 2023. So as long as they don't change their operating expenses and have anything different going on than 2023, it looks like they are good on cash on hand. And if you look at their cash flow for the entire year of 2023, they only burned $609,000. Keep in mind, you always add 3 zeros to these numbers. And then so you can look on their balance sheet for 2022, it went from $7.5 million, and that only dropped to $6.9 million by the end of 2023, 1 year later. So that's very good to see that. And it looks like they actually did, $28.2 million in revenue for, Q4 2023, which jumped up from $25.7 million in Q3. Only did 920 or lost 900,000 that quarter, and for Q4 lost $1.3 million. I believe they are expecting earnings sometime next week. Not really sure on the date, but that is what we could expect earnings during that period. We're looking out for an announcement. Looking at the annual revenues, they actually jumped in 2021. They jumped from $87 million to $94 million in 2022, and then this jumped to $106 million in 2023. And you look at the margins, they actually pretty much stayed the same when the revenue has went up. But just based on, them being part of a $3 billion government contract alone should put their valuation way higher. I think we should have seen a way bigger bounce. A $20 million market cap with $51 million in total assets. So that alone shows they're undervalued. And they did $106 million in revenue for 2023. So just based off that alone, very undervalued, have an amazing share structure, only 7 million shares, I believe, or less at float. So, with some volume, once this one gets noticed, could see a bigger move. And I did enter a position earlier, and I am up on this position as of right now. We'll have to see what it goes, what happens in after hours and tomorrow. But ticker WYY, Wide Point Corporation, is one you have to watch. Next stock we have to talk about that has had some giant acquisitions. Just had another one today, ticker SPZI, and there is no room for dilution. As you can see, the authorized shares are completely maxed out. $69 million market cap company, and just had a giant expansion. It looks like JP3E Holdings Inc., JP3E, previously known as SPZI Inc., OTC SPZI, today announced the successful acquisition of 51% of Power Engineering Corporation, PEC. This acquisition alone is valued at $24 million, and the company has already secured substantial contracts for 2023, 2024, and 2025, bolstering in its giant, huge project pipeline. PEC is well positioned to drive, SPZI's annual revenues well beyond $100 million within the energy sector realm. So just considering they're a $70 million company, and this has, they expect this to do $100 million plus in revenue with this acquisition. They're undervalued based off that alone, considering they cannot dilute shares as well. And looking at their recent PRs, guys, you can see, just back in February, they announced this $620 million fully executed sugar contract. And the contract is $50 million per month for the next 12 months, which totals $570 million for the year. The additional trial shipment brings the yearly total of $620 million for the total contract value. Keep in mind, this is just one of the many PRs they have recently came out with. They say their next goal will accumulate with JP3E having over $2.5 billion in executed commodity contracts over the next few months. Multiple other agricultural products with executed contracts, says the chairman and CEO. This is a food, energy, and education company that has had massive acquisitions trading at 1 cent. Just recently, they also had a $182 million revenues upon shipment of their chicken paws, which was huge. I think I did discuss this in a video before. But definitely do some research on SPZI, as they cannot dilute shares, and did not even react to this news today. Actually went down. So that's something that, you know, shouldn't have happened considering they just came out with this giant contract. So SPZI is definitely one to check out, guys. Definitely like the video if you are enjoying this content. Let me know in the comments what you think about these two plays and other plays you are watching, and I will see you on the next video.